Our ROBOCON Tampa Bay 2013 coverage is proudly powered by the Microsoft Store. From Microsoft Office to the Surface Pro 2, from your classic Xbox 360 games to the all-new Xbox One, the Microsoft Store has it all. Whether you're a student, small business, or developer, go get your favorite gadget now at f5live.tv/Microsoft.
Absolutely, and speaking of people building robots...
You're building them!
Yep, that's me.
It's fantastic. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Brian Richards. I'm the drive team coach from Team 2383, the Ninjaneers.
Drive team coach.
Yeah.
So a drive team coach. So you guys are controlling your robots with what type of controller? You're using like a PlayStation controller? I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, so we have 2 joysticks, one for the driver and one for the operator.
And your goal is to make sure they don't crash?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So you have a lot of driving experience then?
Actually, I haven't done any driving myself, but I know the ins and outs of the rules and the robot and just how the things should fit together, so I don't know. That's my job.
Very cool. Now, how did you get started in the program? I have to know.
In 9th grade, when I came to my high school and I decided to do pre-engineering, so I went to the club, and what really hooked me was FIRST Robotics and seeing just the robots and the things other students had done, and that really amazed me, and then I started just getting really involved, and it's been a great experience.
So what grade are you in now?
I'm a senior now.
You're a senior? Very cool. And you've been in the program the whole time?
Yeah, since freshman year.
How many people do you guys have in your program at your school?
Right now we have about 180 signed up, which is really large. We have 60 with us here today. And
yeah, we've noticed.
Yeah.
One of the largest showings, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Certainly the most active showing.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Spirit's very important.
We have a theory that perhaps you guys all have caffeine drips, because it's the only thing that would explain how you keep moving.
Yeah, some kids definitely do.
So, do you have just the one team in your program? I know some schools have upwards of 6. Do you have just the one robot, the one team, or do you mix it up with a couple?
Yeah, so we have just one FRC team, and that's our main focus of the club.
Sure.
And a lot of the kids in the club won't do robotics to get really involved. They'll just go to the weekly club meetings, aside from building and things. And in addition to that, we have about 30 kids in the lower school doing FLL. So.
Okay. Very cool.
Awesome. I like their robot because they have, and this is a good example as head of the drive team, is you have 3 drivers from what I understand. Is that correct? You have one that's really good at climbing, one that wants to be really good at climbing, and one that's really good at being a sniper and shooting the Frisbees from very far away. That's what I was told from your strategy team.
We've been talking to your strategy
team
preparation.
I've scouted your scouts, I think is what happened.
Yeah, so when we first started designing the robot, we decided to make it really versatile. So climbing, we figured, could get us a lot of points, and it'd be harder to do. And we also wanted to include shooting. So I think our biggest strength has been the ability to do anything, really, that another alliance would need.
Cool. I like theirs because I was watching a couple of the competitions, and they're able to, they shoot a couple of rounds of the Frisbees, and they go right for the climbing. They're like, I got this.
Yeah.
And they're the first one I saw get to the top rung. I'm like, oh, well, we have the best group that we were talking to. It all works out.
We happen to be up in the skybox yesterday right next to your team. So
okay.
As I haven't been on a team in 15 years, so I didn't know what this particular game, all the ins and outs, so
yeah.
Your team members were kind enough to explain the rules for this particular game to me.
All right, glad we could help.
It's been fun up there.
It really has. So what's next for you after FIRST? We've seen a lot of people come on and talk about some of the programs that exist afterwards. Have you thought about that yet?
I mean, I'm applying to colleges and hoping, I'm not sure where I'm going, but hoping definitely to be able to pursue mechanical engineering and robotics, so we'll see where that goes.
Well, from the sounds of it, apparently join the Alumni Association.
Yeah.
Because that sounds really good. Apparently I'm a member.
And then apparently, if you ask Kelly Jones, the NASA rocket scientist we had on the show, Purdue is your option. Apparently that's the best thing ever.
Purdue actually is a really good engineering school.
All right.
So how many of your team are seniors versus freshmen? Do you have a lot of new people or a lot of people that have been around for a couple of seasons?
We have a good group of solid seniors and juniors, but the main part of our club comes from new members, freshmen, sophomores, and back when I came 4 years ago, the club wasn't as large as it is now.
Sure.
And since then, it's really grown. So this year, we got a lot of new members, a lot of new interest.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to come talk to us.
All right.
And good luck in this season.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Drive team. See,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to do.
This is exactly what I'm saying.
That's what I wanna do.
You don't have to even have a focus on engineering necessarily to have an important role on the team.
No.
Now, obviously, he has an interest in engineering.
Indeed.
In this case, but it does mean that there's room for non-engineers to participate, which is really cool.
Right.
Essentially, he is part of the strategy team, which is really cool.